Guys, it looks like something serious is about to happen in the Middle East. The US has just deployed additional defense systems to Israel. And in addition to the defense system that Israel already has, this is quite a force. It looks like a preparation from a major attack from the enemy. And all those systems are designed to intercept projectiles before they even enter the territory of Israel. And this is of course in addition to a massive concentration of US Navy ships in the area of the Red Sea. Currently, 2 US aircraft carriers are ready for action. USS Harry S. Truman and USS Carl Vinson. And of course they are not alone, they have with them a whole strike group of Navy ships. But that's not all, friends, because the US has also moved their B-2 stealth Spirit bombers to the Indian Ocean. Satellite photos have revealed those most advanced stealth bombers on this small island in the Indian Ocean. And the B-2 Spirit stealth bomber has an impressive range of 6,900 miles. That means that this bomber is capable of reaching Iran at the same time being based far enough so that the Iranian ballistic missiles cannot reach it. And the places that Iran can reach are, as we discussed, very well protected. But that's not all, folks. In addition to everything we mentioned, the US has also a military base network around Iran. So I would be really worried in the position of Iran, especially after the words that Trump recently said.
And I said, you're going to have to make a decision one way or the other. And we're going to either have to talk and talk it out, or very bad things are going to happen to Iran. And I don't want that to happen. And I don't say this through strength or weakness. My big preference is we work it out with Iran. But if we don't work it out, bad things are going to happen to Iran.
Now, that's not the only bad news for Iran, because just yesterday, the Prime Minister of Israel left Hungary to meet with President Trump in the United States. Now, what are they gonna talk about? Well, that's a good question. But it is a little bit suspicious that Netanyahu is traveling to the US when all this military deployment is happening in the Middle East. It looks like they need to talk about some serious stuff. Netanyahu, of course, before his departure from Hungary to the United States, did tell us why he's going to the United States. And the two things that he mentioned he will definitely talk about with President Trump is the Gaza situation, finishing the war in Gaza, eliminating Hamas finally, and talking about the tariffs so that they can make a better deal for Israel and the United States. But there is no way they're not gonna mention Iran when they meet. I mean, we have to read a little bit in between the lines and actually see what is happening around the Middle East. So, Netanyahu is going to the United States after a huge military deployment of the US in the Middle East. So, we must observe what will happen after Netanyahu returns from the United States. Will those be the days of judgment for Iran? And of course, Iran threatens that if anything happens, this will be the end of Israel and America. But we should not forget that Israel was capable of striking Iran in much worse circumstances. Israel was able to strike Iran and its allies in Iraq and Syria when they were much more powerful. Now imagine what would happen to Iran when a combined force of Israel and America would strike this country. If Iran was not able to defend itself from the plains of Israel, they would certainly not be able to defend themselves from the might of the American military. Just using the rockets, the planes, and the bombers, the American military could obliterate the Iranian regime. And with the help of Israel, the damage would be even greater. So, I would think twice if I was Iran, and I would be threatening Israel and America. So, for the sake especially of the people of Iran, let's hope this doesn't happen. Because I know there is a lot of great people in Iran that do not agree with the regime that is ruling in Tehran. However, as soon as Netanyahu left for America, rockets were fired from Gaza towards Israel. So this is the constant threat that Israel has to deal with. About 10 rockets were fired yesterday toward a random location in Israel, so that as much casualties as possible would be created. Fortunately, the rockets were shot down by the Iron Dome. However, the rocket shrapnel still did some damage. So imagine living like this, not knowing if and when a rocket will hit your house. This is what Israelis have to deal with every single day. So Iran just needs to stop. They need to stop funding Hamas, they need to stop funding the Houthis, and they need to stop threatening Israel. But as long as Iran will continue to threaten Israel and will continue to work on its nuclear bomb, this conflict will not disappear. So Netanyahu has just arrived to Washington, D.C. Will Netanyahu speak with Trump about Iran? Yes, for sure they will. So Iran should certainly be worried. Will an attack happen after Netanyahu returns to Israel? Well, everything's on the table. We shall see, and we must observe. If you like the map, if you like the 3D, if you like the VFX effects, please consider supporting the channel. The best way to do it is through Patreon, PayPal, or even my webpage. I will leave all the links to those in the description of this video below, so make sure to check it out. For all of those who support me already, thank you so much for your attention, thank you for your support. You guys are wonderful, and thanks to you I can continue my work. Once again, check out my social media accounts where I share much more information about the situation in Israel. My brother is taking care of that, so he's making sure you receive the most current information from Israel. So if you really want to get a lot of information from Israel, check out the social media accounts. Lastly, subscribe to the channel, please like the video, and hit that bell button. I wish you all the best. Have a great day. Shalom.